Now we will learn how to move an object. First, I will make this viewport big and select my sphere and center the viewport on my sphere. I can move an object by pressing this move button here or by pressing W key. These axes are called gizmo. If you think that this gizmo is too small, you can press plus or minus to make it as you want. So, of course, because we're working in 3D, we have three axes, X, Y, Z. If I put my pointer on X, for example, and then I click and start moving my mouse, you will notice that it will only move it on the X-axis because that's the one selected and locked. Same for Y, same for Z. Also, since the axis is pointed this way, that means that this one is the positive direction and backwards is the negative one. These coordinates you can also see here. Now if I select this square, for example, which contains the X and Z axis, it will only move up and in the X direction. So that means that if you want to move an object in all directions at the same time, you have to select the whole gizmo from this little square and then just move however you want. Tip from us: add a helper for controlling your axis by right-clicking on this tab and choosing Axis Constraint, and then dragging it onto your bar. Now, every time you press on an axis to move an object, it shows here which axis you selected. Also, I recommend you to not move your objects with all the axes selected at the same time, because it's kind of hard to figure out where your object ends up in the scene. So instead, move it on the X and Y axis and then go up with it. I will also show you how you can place an object on another one more easily a bit later. When you're moving an object and in the middle of that you decide that you don't want to move it anymore, instead of finishing the move and then pressing undo, you can just be in the middle of your move command and just press right click and the object will go back to the last position. Now we will talk about rotate. We click on it from here or press E. We have this kind of round axis now. We want to move it on Z axis, for example. We click on this one and we move it from left to right to rotate it, and not by going round on the axis. The right way is by going linear, just like all the moves until now. If you already know how much you want to rotate your object, you can just write it here, 45 degrees for example, on the Z axis, and it will rotate as you want. If I want to go back from this rotation to my original position, I just press right click on these little arrows. Now getting on to scale by pressing here. We have this new kind of axis and we just scale the object by pulling on each of them. Now when you look at the coordinates, it shows the percent of how much you scale out of an object. Another way of scaling an object is by going to modify and typing how much you want for the height. Then to move fast, you can press tab to jump to the next length and type how much you want, and so on. Now I will show you how you can place an object on another object really easily with this select and place. I just take my little box and drag it on the big one, and that's it. The way it's functioning is like this. It takes the base of the little box and just drags it over an object. So this was the final part of the introduction for 3ds Max. Stay tuned for the next part when we will learn how to create more complex objects. Also, check us out on Instagram and Facebook for the latest updates on what we're gonna do next.